Hello guys, this is Akshay Daga, and in this video we'll see how to take input from the user, end user in the Python. So this is the fourth video in the series. So without wasting time, I'll share my screen and let's start. So here you can see, first of all, till now we have seen how the variable works and we have assigned some value to the variables. So I'll copy some variables from my previous class. Okay, and for ease of use, I'll change the name. This is no, anyways, I'll keep the same names. So these are the 5 variables and the value is given over here. And these are the 5 variables of different data types. Now, what if I want to take input from a user and I want to store that value into a variable? Okay. So that is a very common task. If you might have gone to an ATM machine, it asks for PIN, right? ATM PIN. So their user enter the PIN. You can't hard code all the time. So, or in calculator, you want to do addition or something. When you press some button, what you are doing, you are passing the input. You are providing the input to the calculator so that it can do some mathematical operation on that. So we want to do that in Python. So for that, there is a function that is nothing but input. Okay. How it works? So I'll type the input and right now I'm clicking on I'm pressing shift and tab. Here you can see there's some basic details about input. All right, you can pass the input function and I'll go step by step. If I run this, see, I got the end user got some prompt where he can write anything. Okay, whatever value you have passed, that value is printed over here. Okay, now what if I want to take some input from the user and store it in a variable? So I'm creating a new variable that is f. I'll write input and I'll run it. So I'm writing Akshay Daga as my name and pass. So, and see, I have passed this value and that value is stored in f. I'll print f. You can see whatever value was passed by the user is stored in f. What if, just like I gave you the example of calculator or ATM pin. So I'm creating a new variable input and I want to pass a number, right? So I'm passing number as a 1, 2, 3 and I'll print the value of G. You can see I passed the number 1 to 3. I was expecting it will be a number because Python takes the data type automatically. But you can see when I try to print the value of G, it is a string, not a number. Why? Because there is a limitation. Whenever you use function input, it will always take input from the user in the form of string. That's for sure. There is no any other option. But you want to use whatever number is provided by the user and you want to use it as a number. Again, we can use a data typecasting. We have already talked about it. So how we can do that? I'll do the G. I'll take H equal to input. Okay. And I'll typecast it to int. You can see within an int function, I have used input function. So what will happen? It will take input from user, whatever input it has taken from the user. Then that value is passed to a function int, which is nothing but a typecasting function. And that typecasted value will be assigned to H. So see this, and I am passing some number. And if I print the value of H, it is number. It is not string. There is no single quote or double quote. Okay. But there is a problem. What problem? You can see if I run this once again, and how would the user know that he should pass the numbers only? If I type my name over here, okay, it is throwing an error and the end user will be confused why it is happening because he doesn't have any idea what kind of information he should pass. So you should give some information to the user. How you can do that? I'll show you. So if I type input, I'm using the variable name as H once again. Okay. Now I want to give some information to the user. Okay, pass this value or this kind of value. So whatever string I'll write down inside the function input, that will be shown to the end user. Like if I say I want numbers from 0 to 100 from the user, so here I will write enter the number between 0 to 100. Okay, and I'm running this. See, user got the message, enter the number between 0 and 200. So definitely now user have some idea what values he should write. He won't write his name or anything else apart from 0 to 100. If he still write anything else, then he'll get an error. Okay, that's fine, but he got some idea. So I'm passing value 50 again. So if I write h, you can see the 50 is assigned, but again it is a string. I want it to be number 50, right? So I'm copying this and I'm doing the typecasting. So I'll write int, and within that int function I'll write the input function as it is. Now let's run this, and what I'll do, I'll pass the value 32. Okay, and now I'm printing h, so it is number 32, right? So in this way you can use input function. Okay, I have given you example for input. Similarly, you can do the same for float. So if I want some value, float value, so I'll enter some decimal value in order to give some idea to the user, and instead of int I'll write float here. Okay, if I don't write float, I'll show you what happens. Okay, so if I type h, see, it is a string. Within the string there is some number with decimal point, but right now it is a string. So I want it to be float, so I'll do the typecasting float, and within float I will pass the input function. Now I'll pass again some value, something like that, enter, and I'll print the value of h. Now you can see it is not string anymore, it is a float. So in this way you can use input function to take input from end user, and you can do the same for boolean as well. So I'll give you one more example for boolean. So I'll use the variable j and I'll take input. Okay, and let's see what I'm not passing any message as of now. And what if I'm writing true? Okay, but still if I print j, it will be a string, right? So if I took bull and then input, again whatever string I pass over here, it will be a problem, because in my earlier video I have already shown you that any other value apart from 0 is going to be a true. Even if I write 0 here, internally it will pass string 0, not a number 0, right? So it will show true. See, it will be a true. But what I'll do, I'll convert the string into integer and then that integer into a boolean. So int, and within, so what I have done, I had taken the input, I have converted that string input into an integer and then converted that integer into a boolean, right? Missing parenthesis. Right now, see, if I type a number, any number or any string, so the j will be true. Okay, but if I pass any value like 0, because 0 is the only value which resemble to the, like, which is false in boolean terms. If I value pass the value 0, so basically the input is taking 0 as a string, then converting into an integer because of this, and then it will convert into a boolean. So I'm passing 0 and I will print the value of j, it is a false. So in this way you can use the input function, you can do the typecasting, and you can take different kind of input from user, different data type input from the user. So that's it, guys. So hope you liked it, hope you understood something from it. If you like this kind of video, please click on like button. If you have any doubt, you can put it into a comment box. Share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. This is Akshay Daga signing off. Bye.